there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Philosophical podcast. I'm your host, Iman. I'm with my co-host, Jordan.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Luca.
That's me.
And Lou.
Hello.
So, welcome to our Talk Time anime channel, where we're going to be hosting quite a variation of anime videos, starting with our Philosophical podcast as a joint discussion. Just going to feature a lot of things about the latest anime episodes, reviews of different chapters, and any anime reactions. And we're just going to come up with general topics to discuss. In terms of the scheduling for the show, we are going to try to aim to get this out for Friday or Saturdays, but between one of those days. And yeah, so overall, this will be a fun little topic. We're going to talk about different discussions, and let's go on. So, in terms of spoilers, we're going to put disclaimers from the beginning of the video and any sections we go into. So, you have been warned. So, Luca, if you have anything else to add on, feel free to add on.
Hopefully we'll try and get some timestamps in for like the big parts that you can skip over if you're planning to watch or read something that you don't want to be spoiled for.
Yeah, like if we're talking about My Hero, we'll put like a timestamp for we're talking about that chapter at that time or something.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of animes, we're going to have quite a few variations. I mean, My Hero, definitely. One Piece, Attack on Titan. Also, we did do our first episode reaction to God of High School. Please check that out. For plug-in. Also, down below in the descriptions, also I'll put it in the corner of the video. We're going to have our social, so feel free to follow us on all those. And
keep up to date.
Okay, so the first topic is we're going to be introducing ourselves, and I'm going to hand this over to Jordan, and if you want to introduce yourself and in terms of how we met, talk about introduction to anime and any other hobbies you have for it, be my guest. Go on.
Okay, go on. Okay, so my name's Jordan. I started watching anime properly when I was about 13, 14 in school, I'd say. I watched Dragon Ball and stuff when I was younger, but my first real anime when I knew it was anime was Bleach back then. And I met Iman basically through anime, really. Like, we started talking and then we hit it off basically when we started talking about anime, mainly Naruto at that point. That was like the massive in thing. We played a lot of Naruto Storm 2. And then I met Luca and Lou at uni. And at that time, I would say they didn't actually watch a lot of anime at that point. But afterwards, it was fair to say. They just ruined your life. Sorry about that. As you can see, they are both anime avies now, so we got them, Chief.
We did.
But no, yeah, that's how I met them. We've watched a few series together, like especially me and Lou. We've watched Bleach and stuff together, so it's been good. Other hobbies, we're all football fans, but yeah, football. I'm a big Arsenal fan, and I love Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy VII and other JRPGs. And yeah, that's basically me, to be honest.
Yeah.
How about Lou?
Yeah. All right, Luca, do you want to go next?
So I met Jordan at uni, like you said, and then through Jordan, in our class, because we were on the same course, I met Lewis, who was his flatmate. I didn't watch any anime up until that point, really. You know, I watched Pokemon and stuff as a kid, but.
And then Eren Yeager changed your life.
That doesn't really count. Yeah, I remember being in Jordan's flat, and Jordan and Lewis were watching Attack on Titan season 2, I think, and I was just baffled by what was going on. I think it was Lewis who said,
"Big naked men.
Let's get him to start from the beginning," and so we did. And I watched a few episodes in their flat, and after that, I was hooked. I went home and binged it completely.
I remember being so surprised. Like a week later, you're like, "Yeah, I basically watched it all," and I was like, "Oh,
it wasn't a good thing because I had like an assignment due in a couple of weeks, and then Jordan got me on Full Metal Alchemist as well, and I did that all before the assignment was due. So I really wasn't smart.
You watered that plant. That was your fault.
I did.
They were recommendations. They were recommendations.
But yeah, and then through Jordan again, I met Emon after coming to visit Jordan, where he lives. And so
Kind of-
far, the three of them have been pretty flawless on their recommendations. So
yeah, they've been pretty mainstream ones, but they've been good ones. So
yeah,
yeah, I couldn't believe. Oh yeah, go on. Sorry.
Do you have any other hobbies or interests?
yeah. Again, we're all football fans. I support Inter. I watch Formula One as well. A Ferrari fan. I like to keep fit. I go to the gym a lot, so that's me.
Is that your home gym or public?
Shut up.
That's for another episode.
Sorry, that's a bit of an inside joke there, but yeah. All right, so
Straight off the bat, they don't even know. They don't even know.
Sorry.
Okay, so there's going to be a recurring theme between us with that, but yeah. Okay, so I'm moving on to Lou.
Yeah.
You alright? I'm Lewis. Met Jordan at uni, first year at uni. Through one of our other friends who was living with him at the time.
Yeah. And then we lived with each other.
Before meeting him, I watched a little bit of anime as a kid, but obviously I didn't really know it was anime at the time. So I watched Dragon Ball. I watched a little bit of. I collected the box sets. I watched. I'm trying to think. Oh, and then after that, when I got into secondary school, around sixth form, I watched Naruto, and then I watched Attack on Titan. That was all I really watched in terms of like the anime sort of industry and that. And then me and Jordan, my life spiraled down after that.
When he met me.
Yeah. So then after meeting him, he got me watching like same as Luca, Full Metal.
That's just a go-to recommendation.
Kuroko, Code Geass.
Yeah.
Probably everything that I've watched has been influenced by him recommending it to me. So,
hey, come on.
Shout out to Jordan.
My rewatch and your watch of Bleach was an emotional one. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
That was a good flat.
That would have been some great reactions.
Yep, definitely. I almost said a spoiler.
And then,
I've got to stop.
Yeah, all I can imagine is that one reaction that I had. And I got up and left.
Yeah. But I can't say anything because Luke is actually going to watch it. So I don't know what
spoiler disclaimer.
Yeah.
I'm
and
terrified of watching it.
Other interests are, we're all football fans. I watch American football a lot.
Who do you support, Lou?
That shall remain unnamed because I no longer have any ties. No, I'm joking. This is where the jokes start rolling in. I'm a Tottenham fan, so I'll leave these lot to have a couple of minutes to say anything if they want to.
Everyone leave what they think of that in the comments.
We are going to be respectful and move on.
Yeah, we're going to be respectful.
That's fair. Yeah, go on.
Any other interest?
Yeah, that's about it.
Alright, cool.
No, that's about it, really. Yeah.
You're pretty good at drawing.
Yeah,
you are, to be fair. You should big yourself up for that.
Up for that, yeah. You're Vegeta one.
If I told you it was all tracing. No, I'm joking.
Holy shit.
This is Top 10 Anime Retro you're witnessing, folks, in the first episode of Philosophical Podcast.
Oh my god. You just made this real
My whole life has been a lie. Alright, so I'm going to move on to myself. My name's Emon. In terms of how we met, so Jordan, I met, I'll say, in year 8. Back in 360. We used to play a lot of 360, play a lot of Halo and COD and all that lot. And
Naruto Storm 2, hell yeah.
Naruto Storm 2, OG, no matter what, that is the best Storm game. Yeah.
Good shit.
So, my introduction to anime, so obviously, I watched a lot of anime when I was younger, but the first time I acknowledged something as anime was probably when I was 10, and that was Naruto, and I followed that series through and throughout. So, in terms of hobbies and interests, it's pretty much similar to what everyone else said. So, footy. I'm a United supporter. In terms of other interests, I'm into like a lot of JRPGs. Okay, enough of that.
Enough of JRPGs.
JRPG. I do a lot of video works. I used to do a lot of streaming and YouTube in the past, so it's a good feeling doing this again. But yeah, so moving on. So our next topic is going to be talking about our top 3 anime.
Oh, here we go. Top
top-
four,
top
five,
three.
three.
Lou, okay, you know what? We're gonna give a special consideration for Lou. He can have top 4.
Yeah.
So you know what? If you're gonna do that, we're gonna.
He did try hard for this list.
Yeah. So you know what, Lou? I'm gonna start off with you, and you just tell us what your 4th favorite anime is. So we're gonna go backwards.
Okay, alright, so my 4 favourite are, or not just animes, mangas as well. One Piece, Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan, Bleach.
Bleach.
Right. So, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you want me to actually talk about one of them? And then go
So
backwards?
talk about the actual 4th favorite one. Yeah.
4th favorite.
Okay, yeah, so
moments of the lost, yeah.
my 4th favourite is probably Tokyo Ghoul. That was the first anime that I watched with Jordan. So for me, I think that anime was the first one that sort of got me onto this like anime like hype train and continued my watching.
I do feel bad for getting hypes up for the anime.
Yeah.
At least you read it and
yeah.
you enjoyed it after, though.
Yeah,
So,
So I think the reason why I like it's probably my favourite is up until that point at uni, me and Jordan didn't really speak as much.
yeah.
And then that's sort of how we got a little bit closer, and it was from that. So that's what I always remember.
Cute. Nah, yeah, it's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We watched a hell of a lot of Tokyo Ghoul. I love that series.
Yeah.
Like, I love that series. Ree did kind of put a down on it for me because I love the actual anime. But I am gonna read the manga at one point. You read it and you loved it, and I trust your opinion on that as well.
The first time you watched Tokyo Ghoul, it was amazing. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's just the anime adaptation for Re. Just no.
Yeah. Everyone knows the opening was fire.
The
Like
opening,
Unravel.
Definitely. Yeah. Rat Unravel.
Yeah.
That was just it was a banger for opening.
Like we watched that in like 2 days.
We did. We
Like
sessioned
2-3
that.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good stuff. That was good
Yeah.
stuff. I can't remember if I had the Blu-ray. I know you got the Blu-rays.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did. That's how we watched it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
that was before we cared about our education, and we were staying up
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah.
until
First
Jordan
year
cared about his
yeah.
education,
Yeah.
and then yeah.
You got so you got any favorite characters for it?
I think Kaneki's obviously up there.
Good main character.
I think the other two would be Juzo,
Hmm.
who I think is probably the best character overall,
It's Jordan.
most interesting.
I'd agree. I'd agree with that.
And then I really like Tuka.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a really interesting character from how she's first portrayed in the anime and the manga, especially with her relationship with Kaneki.
Yeah.
She seems like she's like really hard and brutal, but she's not really like that.
No.
She just doesn't like letting people in or showing who she actually is.
Yeah.
Obviously because of her backstory and her past, which I will not spoil.
No, of course.
Yeah, so
So what about Mr. Tattoo Artist? I thought he was gonna be the one for you.
Oh, Uta.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uta is
I know you
so.
did shout for a
This
long
is
time.
the problem is that like with all of these animes, and I think all of us will agree, like we have more than 3 favorite characters.
Characters
now.
is so hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you
So like I could
100%.
easily say like Yomo, Uta, Nishiki. Like there's so many characters. That's just ghouls. Like that's not even talking about CCG characters.
PCG, yeah.
Especially ones later on that get more love, which don't get as much love at the beginning of Tokyo Ghoul.
Mhm.
They sort of come into it further on. You've got like the Quinnick squad.
Yeah.
Yuri
Yeah.
has a really, really good story, and I really like him.
I really do
At
want
the
to
beginning,
that.
at the
Yuri.
beginning, when he first got introduced in Re, I was like, I'm not sure if I like him. And
Yeah,
Jordan was
yeah.
watching it, and we were watching it, and I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about him. But as
Yeah.
soon as I read it, and I was reading the chapters through, he has such a great story.
As much as I didn't
And
enjoy
just
Rhea,
development.
I liked where he was going, so that's one reason I want
Yeah.
to read it. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that.
Alright, so any favorite moments? So give me one for this one. I know it's a bit
Favorite
tricky.
moments.
Or just
I
give me
think
just one,
just because I can say it because it's such a massive thing in the manga, and it's probably the best bit of the anime. It's probably when Kaneki first flips against Jason. That whole
Jason.
Jason part.
Yeah. A lot of
I
people
think
know
that's
that.
probably-
The finger clicking.
Yeah,
that finger clicking, and just like how Kaneki's whole character just
Change.
snaps.
Yeah.
That's it, done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
You know what? The thing is,
and that's what got me hooked.
Yeah.
That got me like.
Yeah. I know,
I'll still
like
go back and
people.
watch it.
Yeah. I know people will like hate on the anime, and it's true. Like, it does deserve it. But I'd still rewatch season 1, man. That shit.
Yeah, it's definitely
was
worth
so
watching for season 1. Even season 2. I still enjoy season 2 as well, but
season 2 wasn't that bad. It just changed too much from
Yeah,
the
they
manga,
changed
didn't
a lot.
it? Like
Yeah.
where it went off on a course where it could not come back from.
Yeah.
Like
No.
yeah.
I mean,
That was the point of no return for that series.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
where that is
yeah.
literally where it split
I mean,
off.
the biggest criticism is again moving away from the manga and all that, and how many things they cut for Re, especially.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
one of the
Mhm.
biggest
Yeah.
disappointments.
Definitely.
Especially how
I think,
long
well,
you had to wait
when-
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think
That
one of the
hurt.
things that even Jordan told me was like the amount of chapters they had to try and fit in even the last 3 episodes.
It
Like,
was so
just
stupid,
ridiculous.
man. Period.
And like one of the bits that like got me the most in the end was like a fight that happened, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to see that, because like the way that it's been building with the Quinnick squad and stuff like that, and they just completely disregarded it, and I was like, oh, that's just they just completely left it out.
Left out. It's mad. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I'll never watch the anime like from there again. But I will read it one day. It's just a lot to read. But
Alright, so
Yeah.
so we're gonna
Well-
move on to so now we can actually do a top 3.
oh hell yeah! Sorry, I didn't even know about Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah. No, that's fine because I want content for this, and that was good content.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
good.
you know what? I'm gonna pick on Luca. He's been a bit quiet.
Yeah,
So give
cool.
me your third favorite anime, and just go through it.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so my third favorite anime is the first one I watched, which is Attack on Titan.
Hell yeah!
Um,
Hell yeah!
Between number 3 and 2 was quite difficult for me.
Yeah.
I'll explain why I put number 2 at number 2 when we come
Two
to
when
it.
you
Yeah,
get
no, that's
there. Yeah.
fair enough.
I'm actually really looking forward to Luca's top 3 because I don't know what way top 2 is going to be, and that's what I want to know. I really can't.
Yeah, I
No,
know,
go
on.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, watching it from the start in Jordan Lewis's flat during uni was like a huge raw moment.
Right.
Instantly hooked. Again, I'd
Yeah,
never
yeah.
watched anything like it before, so it was a complete shock to the system.
Yeah.
Nothing more really needs to be said about how good it is, because I think most people know
Yeah.
how amazing it is. It just all the small details, the plot, the world, the characters, they're all just amazing.
I'm just gonna go out there right and say that was also my third favorite, just so we can like mix this
Yeah,
one
no,
up.
that's
'cause
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was
but
fine, yeah.
that's my third as well.
Oh,
not
there we
so well,
go.
because I know I have a bit of a different experience with it than
Alright.
Jordan did. So
Okay,
No,
so I'm gonna give you a question, Luca. So the first time you watched, so it sounds like the first proper anime you watched. What was your reaction?
Yeah.
to it? The first time you watched it.
I remember watching the first episode, and obviously, you're there with Eren, and you watch, his mum get eaten by the Smiling Titan, and you're just like, for me, it was like, I had my concept of anime was like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I didn't know it could get this dark and this like emotional.
Yeah, that's actually yeah.
So for me, that
That
was a wake up call, and I got really attached to the characters in it.
Yeah.
Eren especially, he's like,
His
I can say now, say now he's my favourite main character of any series I've watched.
That's absolutely justified.
Hands
Absolutely.
down, I absolutely love him. I also really liked Reiner at the start.
Yeah,
that hurt.
His character is such a roller coaster. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he was
that-
psychologically is messed up.
because
Yeah.
I don't like giving MCs my number one spot for every anime. It doesn't quite sit right with me. But for Eren, it feels justified.
Yeah.
With everything that happened with Rhino, I couldn't continue to support him.
No, yeah.
I mean,
I have to mutually agree to.
I mean, so like,
I disregarded him by mutual consent.
But
yeah.
it hurt me so much when Rhino was revealed as the antagonist.
Yeah.
Because up until that point, Rhino and Eren had been like such like
Yeah, they've been pals.
Bros.
They've been
they had helped each other so much, and it
A lot.
was just such a
And
big
it was so
stab in the
annoying
back.
because even season 2, like even without Eren per se, he helped the others so much. Like when he basically when he threw that Titan out the fucking tower.
Yeah.
Like
he had the balls to do that.
advice.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Although
we had
one
to
of
give a
the
special mention to a certain character that me and Jordan love. Sorry.
Yeah,
What's it-
while I do agree with Eren, I think he has the best development like one of the best characters I've seen. But man, I know it's really basic. It's proper basic bitch energy, right? I love Levi. I love Levi so much.
Levi is.
I'm gonna put it on record that like at the moment, especially, he is like my favorite character in anime in general of all time.
In that series, he's goated in that series.
Yeah, I love his backstory. I love how cool he is. I love how he reacts to stuff.
He is hands down the strongest human being there is. Honestly,
there is. Yeah.
What he can do is just stupid later on down the series.
Every time you think you've seen the peak of him, he does something else where it just blows it out.
Even when you first saw him with the theme, the soundtrack is amazing.
Amazing, yeah. That's what I mean. I remember like when he went up against the female Titan, it was just like, oh, he might struggle here. Fucking Rex. Ape Titan. Oh, he might struggle here. Fucking destroys. It's like those moments.
He got absolutely smacked.
Yeah,
I was just about to give Levi a shout out as well, but I know you, Jordan in particular, are going to do like a whole segment on him. So
since we're talking about characters, this was like the
I'll keep my love for Levi short. You know, fellow short king. I have to stand. I also really like Mikasa as a character as well. Like if there is one ship I stand in any series, it's Mikasa. And
I think that was obvious. I think that was an obvious one though. That was
I know, but like it was my first as well. Like,
would you say the ship has sailed?
Oh my god.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I feel like
my other ship was friggin' Sasha and Connie. You know.
God, don't.
I know we're getting into deep territory, but they were meant for each other.
All I'm gonna say on that subject is it's fuck Gabby season. I don't care what anyone says.
I literally have a note here that just says fuck Gabby.
So moving on to our
the only thing with Attack on Titan. I think that's the only thing with Attack on Titan is that like I feel like it's trying to force you to like her and to make her like the hero of the story now, and that's the only thing that I don't like.
Yeah, but
I think it's taking. I think it's taking like the Game of Thrones approach, where it's about promoting the youth and the next generation. I think that's what he's trying to do. I can't tell.
She defies a lot of logic.
Yeah, but she's not. All
I was gonna say was like, if anyone who's listening has played Last of Us 2. It's a very similar thing with this Abby character that got introduced in it, and it really tried to get you to like that character, but you can't, you just can't, and then because they base it around you like presuming that you like them now, it messes up, and that's exactly what's happening with Gabby right now. Because I've even got written down here, Attack on Titan is a true masterpiece in storytelling, right? I think it is a brilliant story with brilliant characters, right? It's a 10 out of 10 regardless.
Definitely. If you ever want to introduce an anime to anyone, Attack on Titan is like the best one. If you want instant impact, that is the best.
Easy.
I think the reason why the Gabby thing is so hard, and it's a bit like what Jordan said, a bit like Last of Us, is that you're so emotionally attached to the other characters. Because it's so well written, you're already so attached to them.
Yeah.
And by the time you add Gabby, you're like, I don't care about this character. I'm already invested in.
That's what I mean. By the point that you get to, by the time you're at that point, you'd already come to the fact that people are going to die, and you only care about these specific people. You care about these guys surviving, and it's anyone that takes them out. It doesn't matter what reasoning they had. It's like, fuck them. Honestly.
At this point, there are certain characters you just wish just died. It's just
wish didn't exist. Kind of.
Okay, that's a separate topic there.
As for my like favorite scene, I think it was a tough one. I think I have two, but I'm gonna go
Sorry, you have to
for
choose one.
I'm gonna go for the scene where Eren activates the coordinate for the first time.
Okay, the fist
Oh,
bump. The fist bump.
And there's that quote where he says, "I'll wrap that scarf around you as many times as you want," and then he throws a fist, and it's like,
That's fire. That's fire.
I mean,
yeah.
okay, if I had one, it would literally be Levi versus Zeke. That's just
It's gotta be, man.
See,
that was incredible.
I think that
until the last season.
Until
when
the
that
last
season,
season,
yes,
I'm not going to mention that. I'm not going to mention that because obviously that's more.
Yeah, see, I can't. If that's the case, I can't mention my favourite bit. That just had me like.
I know what bit you're gonna. Yeah, we can't discuss anything from the last.
Marley are about to be fire for anyone who's anime.
Yeah, 100%.
Putting that out there.
Yeah.
No, it's nice.
Alright,
nice.
so if we had a criticism, what would it be? I know Jordan.
Gabby.
Gabby. Yeah, I was gonna say Gabby. It's so easy, isn't it?
Gabby won, and I also want to criticise Armin a little bit as well.
Oh,
Here we go. This is all content I'm here for.
I won't go into too much detail.
Controversial
Go
stuff
into
now.
detail.
No.
I want this debate.
No, okay. Give me one reason why you hate Armin. That's all I need.
It's not. I hate him. It's I'm disappointed by.
Is it his character development? Or...
Yeah, I'm
He's still
disappointed
not
by his character development.
So is it, that's an interesting question. Is it like when you're comparing it to Erwin, he just never went up to that level kind of thing? Or...
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it is, and I get he's not the same, but I think it is knowing that we could have had Erwin and
the choice at the moment hasn't been justified. Basically.
Yeah,
he's still not used the
No, we can't mention that.
We can't mention that.
No,
but yeah, I've been a bit disappointed by Armin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so obviously the final season's when's it coming out again? Is it
later this year?
Is it later this
year? It was meant to be later. It was meant to be later this year. I have no idea if it got delayed.
I have a feeling it might get delayed till beginning of 2020.
Well, what did it say on the teaser trailer? Did it not give a date?
It said it was 2020, but like that was.
But I have a feeling it could.
That was before COVID.
Depends, yeah. Okay, so alright, so I mean, there's no point me going around to Jordan or Lou if we're going to talk about the third place one because it's Attack on Titan for you two, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to I'm going to move on tomorrow. So my third favorite is going to be Naruto. Okay, so Naruto again, one of the big three in the Shonen series. So, I mean, it's the series itself for me. I think it's an element of nostalgia how I got into it as well. In terms of the deep lying themes of someone who got segregated within his own society, where Naruto has a character. I mean, I'm sure if you watch it, you know Naruto has the nine-tailed fox inside him. It's the whole plot around how society rejected him, but his aim was to become the Hokage throughout the whole series. And you know, it's his whole journey, like how he matured from the young kid who used to be going around the Leaf Village pranking people. You know the knucklehead. They call him the knucklehead ninja.
Ninja,
I mean, and obviously his love for Sasuke.
His love for Sasuke.
We have to emphasize
Edge.
Edge. yeah. The whole build-up with, it's not even just them. Also, so obviously you got Team 7, you got Kakashi and all that. Sakura is another topic we could leave for another time.
I know.
Okay, the only thing I'll give for her is that she got a lot better near the end, but most of the beginning she was just irrelevant.
Pointless.
Yeah. But you know the first time when you watch Naruto before you move on to Shippuden, like it was all about that hand-to-hand taijutsu combat. I love that kind of shit. Like honestly.
Yeah.
Lou would know that.
Oh no.
I am gonna happily swing for you next time I see you.
But no, like the first iconic fight of that series was Naruto Sasuke.
Watch when this call ends.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely.
Honestly, that fight just hit hard because it was just like on an emotional level. It was just like them just fighting casually. It was a lot of emotion.
As a teenager watching that shit changed my life.
You know what? I'm gonna give a special shout out to Rock Lee and the Gaara fight. That was
of course,
an amazing fight when you watched it the first time.
Rock Lee, Gaara. There were so many good fights. Sasuke Orochimaru, so underrated in the original series as well.
Yeah.
That was so good.
You know what? Another one. I know it's Jordan's favorite. Like the whole Kakashi's Zabuza. That arc.
Zabuza, the king.
Mate, for you know how old the anime was, that was such
Yeah.
a deep arc. And the thing what I loved about
yeah.
it was pretty early on. It was even like they had so many fillers at the beginning. That was
Oh yeah,
I
honestly.
think
Like I'm not even
for
taking the piss out of the
Shippuden-
rest of the series,
Mm.
but that
No.
honestly almost maybe might have actually been the peak for me because I love that. It's like a 10 out of 10 intro arc for me. That was amazing.
The ending with Zabuza when he redeems himself, you know,
Self
and he
instinct,
accepts Haku.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Haku
was
obviously
amazing.
sacrificed himself. I'm gonna disclaim that Haku is a boy. Just
Sorry, Lou, I'm
Fine.
chatting.
yeah, go on. Yeah, if you have.
No, I was just gonna ask Emon, like,
Mm.
in terms of Shippuden,
Mm.
what would have been your favorite fight in that?
Okay,
in
that's an
like-
easy one. So I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to
Okay.
that. But moving on to Shippuden, for me, the first time where something got really good was the whole Hidan and Kakuzu. So remember,
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
that,
cool.
I was gonna
that
say-
was
Yeah.
deep. Especially
Yeah.
like Rip
Yeah.
Asuma, honestly, my guy, he was
Yeah.
the G with the blades. Mate,
Oh,
Shikamaru, that was a really good character development for Shikamaru.
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's my favorite fight.
I'm
that or
going to throw this question out while we're here. I think Naruto's actual closest friend is Shikamaru over Sasuke.
yeah, I agree.
I do
I
agree.
agree.
I love Sasuke.
I agree.
I love
but
Sasuke, but I do
Shikamaru
agree.
was there for Naruto. He even said it himself.
Because they're
his
trying to
ex
do the
makes
same
it
thing
up.
with Shikadai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were, at the beginning of Boruto, they were trying to do the same thing for that character,
But
for him.
we don't need
Yeah.
to talk about Boruto.
No, we don't need to.
Okay, one thing for Boruto I'll give is the manga's good, but the anime just does not do justice for it. But okay, so
Yeah,
going back to
Period, be dropping
Yeah.
bombs.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to Shippuden, like honestly, after that Hidan and Kakuzu fight, like when Naruto learned the Rasen Shuriken, when you see
Pain.
that shit the first time, Pain
Yeah,
was my favorite arc in that series.
Yeah.
Because that
Pain was amazing.
the whole plot with Jiraiya as well,
Mhm.
building up into that,
Yeah.
and Naruto learning Sage Mode. That was the first time Naruto was shown to be the strongest in the village.
yeah,
That moment, the shit he did taking on 6 Pains, technically 7 if you
Yeah.
include Nagato. It was like even like Jiraiya could only take.
That's
out
when he
3
won over
Pains in there.
yeah. That's when he won him over.
Yeah, the village.
At
that
that point,
scene when they acknowledged Naruto, that was
Him,
the first
yeah.
time. That was the first
Yeah.
time. And Sakura in that bit was a bit useless because she was literally just begging for Naruto to come in. And that was it. That was literally her whole role in that arc.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't be hating on her too much, but that was the first time that Pain arc was such a good development. I mean, while we're around that time, they also had the Sasuke versus Itachi, and moving on to my favorite character, Itachi. My guy is a G for what he did. He is like one of my favorite anti-heroes, no matter
Yeah.
what. He was
Definitely.
he
Yeah.
took on the brunt. Like he was the darkness of the leaf. Like,
Itachi is one of the best written characters in that series.
He has
One of
one
the
of the
best
best
characters.
characters. Like
He's-
you know what? Like even the whole thing about when he was slaughtering the whole Uchiha. If you read the light novel, even the
Yeah.
one with his girlfriend, like how he. So in the anime, it just showed. I'm just gonna say Obito murdering her, but
Yeah.
in the light novel, so what Itachi does is put her under a genjutsu. So in that genjutsu, they pretty much live their life as if it was normal, and then she pretty much dies of old age within that genjutsu.
So
It's
yeah,
like, yeah,
then he kills.
that
Was deep.
deep. Like I wish they
Mhm.
did that in the anime, but they didn't. But yeah, so like the whole Itachi's plot, like that
Yeah,
was the biggest thing.
Itachi-
For Sasuke, yeah, go on.
Itachi is the most dedicated character to that village.
Yeah,
He is
yeah,
like
definitely.
he sacrificed.
he threw away
sacrificed
like his whole
everything.
life
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything.
I agree.
yeah,
for the sake of the village.
Yeah,
That's
only one
a-
thing he couldn't
yeah.
get rid of, and that was
Yeah.
Sasuke.
yeah.
Yeah,
He even killed his parents, and that was
Yeah.
really deep. But like,
Yeah,
I'm glad his parents acknowledged what he's doing, because
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
the whole point of getting rid of the Uchiha was to avoid conflict in the village, because there was going to be some
yeah,
sort
because
of
they wanted to uprising.
Yeah, there was a coup basically going to
Yeah.
happen. But the biggest person I hate for all this to happen was Danzo. He's the one who
Yeah, Danzo
sabotaged
is-
everything
He's like the
about this.
Akainu.
yeah,
He's
honestly.
literally like Danzo. I don't give a shit. He was doing for the best village. He was.
Yeah.
No,
All is it the?
It's
is
just
it
for his own
the
power.
council, whatever it is, the old
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
They're
The
real
village
villains,
elders.
honestly.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the elders are real. villains.
Basically, it was all the third Hokage's group. Like the
Mhm.
third Hokage
Yeah.
was like the only genuine one from that group. Everyone
Yeah.
else was just trash. We don't need to. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so if I'm going to talk about what was my favourite moment, okay, so honestly, even okay, so you know what? Naruto probably has the best introduction scene in terms of when he came to the village.
Yeah, the sage
mode. When he had the three toads, and then
Yeah.
then he was on top of another toad, and then it's like that is like probably one of the most badass scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was iconic.
brilliant.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Like, there's so many, quite a few iconic moments. Even like,
What about when Itachi comes back
yeah, when Itachi comes out, that was just deep. That
with
I'm
the
glad.
Sasuke?
Sasuke and Itachi versus Kabuto. I'm glad that happened.
Oh yeah,
I am
so
so
glad.
glad that happened. Like, mate.
Yeah.
The thing is, Itachi also, you have to remember, he took on Naruto when Naruto had basically all his powers in one body.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah.
god, Naruto was sick then. The bloody gun thing, oh my
Yeah,
god. They were
but the
sick.
fact that Itachi had the Totsuka blade with his Susanoo.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah, you
oh
know.
my god.
So, I mean, okay, so I'm gonna move on from this. So like
yeah.
the biggest thing about the small details for that anime is literally the character development for Naruto and that lot, how it happened.
Yeah.
Even Sasuke, like there's like a middle period where you just wouldn't see Sasuke throughout the series, and then until like near the end or like the last third of the
Kage
series.
Summit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kage Summit was the first time when Sasuke had the Mangekyo Sharingan. That was epic, to be fair.
Fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
that was fire for him. But yeah, that was the moment. But obviously, when the war ended, I mean, I'm not going to go into it just in case someone hasn't watched it. I'd be surprised if you haven't. But yeah, I mean, in the end, Naruto does become Hokage, but the events that lead up to it is just amazing.
Yeah.
Spoiler. It is. I mean, if you watch Boruto, then it's kind of already spoiled.
Yeah.
Quite hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's true.
Also,
yeah.
just to pitch in and explain why I've been so silent, it's because I haven't watched it.
Yeah. So
You don't watch it now either.
Just to inform everyone, I haven't watched that many. I can maybe count how many I've watched on two hands.
His hands.
Yeah.
That is true. I can vouch for his commitment to the series he likes, though. He really does get into it.
Yeah.
Alright, so go on.
As we continue with this, I will be watching and reading more, so I'll be like a first-time reactor for a lot of stuff.
You know, I think getting Lucas' reaction would be cool for like we were thinking of doing this for a video where we might react to an arc.
Bleach.
Every arc.
Yeah.
It could be
anything. Soul Society arc.
Yeah.
We will move on to Bleach soon. I know that's going to be in a certain.
Luca, I will be having chats with Luca about bloody Bleach.
But,
oh my god, I'm so
so,
he hates it. I'm gonna hate it.
So to wrap up Naruto, in terms of criticism, I think it's a big thing for like the big three in general is the filler arcs.
Yeah, of course.
I think they just had the worst timing for filler arcs. I mean, even like near the end of Naruto during the final war, they had like a massive filler.
That was a weird one. I mean,
Jesus.
The fact that the game finished the story before the anime was
Storm 4 finished it.
Yeah, Storm 4 finished
you know what?
it.
I'll give a shout out to Storm 4. The way they did their version of the ending was really good as well.
Really good,
It's pretty much the manga's ending, but like the way they animated everything.
Hated it, yeah.
That
Storm, Cyber Connect and Storm deserve so much credit for their like animations and stuff.
Yeah, the Storm series is an amazing game, and I mean it's a shame they finished the Storm series, but you never know what's going to come out in the future. But yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Okay, so moving back to top three. So now we're going to move on to the second favorite one. So I'm going to move on to Jordan.
Okay, so second favorite, you might have guessed maybe from what I was just chatting about, but it's going to be Bleach. Bleach, my second favorite.
For now.
For now, but the anime's coming back, and I'm extremely hyped. Okay, right. The first, right. Why I like Bleach so much? Okay, got to start from the beginning. Bleach was like I think I said it before, I can't remember, but Bleach was my first anime basically I watched that was anime, and like I knew was anime, and because my friend from school recommended it to me, and I had the DVDs randomly. My mum just bought the guy with the massive sword because I liked Final Fantasy VII and Cloud has a massive sword, so she was like, "You probably like this one."
Euphemism?
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Sword goes burr.
Each does emit big energy, so who knows? But anyway, no. Bleach was my first kind of like gateway into anime. It's the one I have rewatched and reread the most, without a doubt.
Yeah.
When I first watched it, I have a completely different perspective now than when I first watched it when I was younger. Like, I purely loved it when I was younger for the pure meathead of it, and I still love it for the meathead, like action and fights and stuff. But now I know, like, like I love the story. I love like the little like foreshadowing by Kubo. Kubo's art is 10 out of 10, probably my favorite out of the big three. I love it so much. And all I wanted, really, the biggest anime announcement I could have asked for was the Thousand Year Blood War to be animated, and lo and behold, here it is. I am buzzing for that. Yeah,
justice.
I cried, honestly. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. When that PV drops, it's over. It's over.
Right, so, who's your favourite character? I mean, pretty much.
Oh no! I knew
okay, I'll split this question for you because I know your favourite villain is already. You can do
favourite villain of all time, no contest, in my opinion. Although Shigaraki's doing very well, my hero right now, but we're gonna go over that later. No, my favourite villain of all time, no contest, Aizen. Oh my god, how can? Well, right there. For me, I know this is a personal opinion, obviously, but he's just the perfect villain. He looks cool, his abilities are cool, and his whole plan, and he's planning how smart he is. He's so
a genius.
Sick.
He's an
and
evil
even
genius.
I know everyone's like even at the end, like where he. I don't want to say it to spoil it or anything, right? Because Luke is going to read it, right? Yeah. But what he says at the end and like why he's doing it. Actually, I couldn't believe it because the whole time I was against what he's doing, even though I loved watching it. But then that end
it all makes sense.
The end bit, it was like it actually made so much sense.
The man is very broken, basically. He pretty much has like, visions of the future.
He was going about it the wrong way.
Yeah,
like he was going about it in a selfish way, but he was right in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even after the
there's only a few characters there that actually know the truth, and it's like him, Urahara, probably Captain Yama,
and all,
and
that's true,
and probably Squad Zero.
Squad Zero, yeah, Squad Zero.
But it just
okay.
made so much sense.
I fluctuate a lot between these two characters for my favorite character, right? Urahara and Aizen are my top two, right? And then there's Ichigo. So those are my like top three kind of thing. If you're going to stretch the top five, it's Rukia, Yoruichi. I don't know what order I'd put the top three in, but they're my top three.
We don't need to worry about that.
Yeah,
alright, give us your favourite moment.
Favourite moment? Shit.
You have to choose one. Choose one.
Choose one!
I know it's hard, but I can give you my one.
I can give you mine.
I mean, when Ichigo used his Bankai for the first time, that scene was epitomised that Soul Society arc, honestly.
That's basically the same as mine.
Yeah.
When he turns up, and he's on the beam.
Yep.
And he's got like
Oh, okay, yeah. You took away to
so
the Phoenix. Yep.
Can I say? Right, I know. I don't want to stretch this out too long or nothing, but I want to say underrated moment was Ikaku as well. By the way, just want to say that. Next one is. My favorite moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna for now to keep it reasonably spoiler free, like to Luca and that. Ichigo when he saves Rukia. The panel was incredible in the manga. The way it's animated, the way he turns up.
So this is the scene.
For me, that's one of the best entrances of all time. That was so good.
I agree.
I'm gonna go with that for now.
Alright, so I mean, this should be a bit more obvious, but a criticism for Bleach.
A criticism of Bleach.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I'm trying to think of it critically now.
I'll help you out. For me, if you're going by fillers, the Bound arc, for me.
The Bound arc was the lowest point, without a doubt. Shouldn't it? I didn't mind the Bound arc, I mean, that's
I
really
don't know. I think that dragged out too long.
That was the problem. Yeah, like I don't understand why that was 42 episodes and all the other fillers were like 21 series worth. I don't get why I done that.
I mean, you know what I would have loved? Like the Zanpakuto arc. That was a really good arc.
Yeah.
But like,
Zanpakuto, I really liked I'm a guy arc and that. It's
I'm a guy. That was an interesting one. Yeah.
I thought it was because he gave Izuru some love, and I love Izuru.
And you had that Kakashi wannabe, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm trying to. A criticism. There's so many criticisms.
I simply can't.
It's the most perfect anime ever.
Okay. I'm gonna say this is my one gripe and like criticism because I would love to know just so I could ruin every power scaler's argument, right?
Yeah, go on.
And that is, I just want to see fully what Ichigo's true Bankai can do. And
Yep.
That is it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to leave there because it's going to go into
Yeah.
spoiler territory.
Or I'm not going to go too far into
Yeah.
that and not explain
Yeah.
it, but
I mean,
that's
okay,
yeah.
But so Bleach is returning next year, and also another one of Kuba's projects is Burn the Witch. That's actually that's getting a serialization for the manga. And
Might be this month.
yeah, so
Yeah.
so please, so we are going to react to that definitely.
Definitely, yeah, okay,
I know Burn the Witch is going to have a OVA coming out in the summer, and then by next year the actual anime series will be out, hopefully.
I'm not ready, honestly.
Nope.
A new opening and ending. Oh my god! Like,
I'm ready to see the video of Jordan cry.
I'm not ready.
Don't worry, we'll have a live reaction for that, so that'll be.
So you know what, right, I've got a Bleach shrine right there. I just want everyone to know that.
Bleach is the only god that he needs.
Yeah. Okay. So alright. So I'm gonna move on to Luca. What's your second favorite?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so as I said before the third, this one was really close, and it could change depending on how the third ends. But
yeah.
I put this one second, just to appreciate the longevity of it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into too much detail because I know exactly who's going to want to speak about it the most.
No, it's alright. No, you go into it. It's fine.
Okay, my second favorite is One Piece.
What?
The
Another one.
boys.
So, you know,
Jordan's wrecking the top like he's just like, this is my gang. This is it, gang.
I had heard a lot. I'd heard a lot of criticism about it.
Yeah. I was so glad you watched it, man. So glad.
But Jordan was persistent in getting me to get on it.
I mean,
I tried watching it. Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. I tried watching it at first, and I did like 20 episodes in a week. I was just like, nah, this isn't happening. So I started reading it instead.
But we do expect you to watch it.
Yeah.
We expect you to grow a pair, and
I started reading it instead.
Yep.
And then just watched any clips that I liked on YouTube.
So
probably the best way to go now if you're gonna like update it, kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it is the best way because it's actually a really good read as well.
Yeah.
Alright, so if we're going to move on to your favourite character for the series.
Okay, so this was a tough one.
This is a tough one for you, actually.
This was a really tough one. Because I like the whole crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And I've also got a lot of love. I've got a lot of love for characters like Ace, Vivi,
my guy.
Smoker. I really like Smoker.
Yeah.
I thought Megalan was sick, and I need to see more of him.
Yeah,
but as of right now, the current point, the guy I'm most rooting for, I'd say, is Eustace Kid.
Oh, unbelievable!
Oh, wow.
Right, you know what? I actually think he'd be your favourite, but I was like, why isn't he in your recommendations for my favourite character? Okay.
You see, big brain.
Big brain.
I really appreciate the way that the guy like taught himself the hard way by going after like the top dogs. Straight away.
I mean, literally going after Kaido straight out. Just
I really appreciate that, and the fact that he survived all of it as well is impressive.
Yeah.
People are definitely underrating him on the power scale.
Yeah, it's because he's been going. Like he's learned his lesson though, so this is why I'm excited to see him.
Yeah.
I think it's mainly because
we've not seen enough of him.
They underestimated.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. Yeah.
I think when
he's going to be strong.
Yeah, when he gets his fights against guys of similar ranking to him.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna catch some bodies. So.
I think he's gonna get it, and I think he should get it, and I think he needs to get like a monumental dub, and I think he is gonna get it. I honestly do.
He needs to get a big one.
He does deserve one. Yeah.
He does deserve one. Definitely.
So if we move on to favourite moments, what would be the favourite moment for you?
So. Okay, I've got a few that I'm gonna rattle off the bat quickly as some like honourable mentions. So Chopper's monster point in his lobby was so hyped.
When you see that the first
I
time?
saw the manga panels for that the other day. I'd never seen the actual manga panels for it. I can see why you were so hyped.
It's quite raw.
But, oh my god. Yeah, raw.
I absolutely loved the way he was drawn. I thought it was so sick.
While he was holding the guy. Oh, yeah.
He looks like a a Leshen from The Witcher. If you've ever played The Witcher.
Oh yeah, you said
Yeah,
he does,
he really looks like one of them, and those designs were so cool. Anyway, Smoker's ice cream introduction.
Oh no, my pants ate your ice cream.
I thought that was
that
great.
was a good guy,
was so
Smoker.
wholesome.
Watch that. You know what?
wholesome.
Watch that anime clip. Anyone out there? Honestly, it's
Yeah,
good comedy.
honestly, yeah.
It's
Not
good
really
comedy.
spoilers. Just the greatest introduction.
Yeah.
Ace and Luffy's back to back.
You almost said it.
I love.
Yeah,
I love that
bit.
I think, and my favourite fight is probably Katakuri versus Luffy.
Yeah.
That is hands down.
I think that's my favourite fight.
I would have snapped.
Out of all of them, I think if I'm going purely based on what I was most hyped about, it was probably Chopper's Monster Point.
Fair. That's an underrated moment. I appreciate that. That's fair.
But I also want to give a shout out to Oven because that guy like cooked the sea, and I feel like that's underrated as shit.
That deserves
Luke is thinking about the real things in life. This man eats up the sea and no one's talking about it.
I just want to bring to everyone's attention that he boiled
This Luca is now standing oven to be Pirate King, 100%.
Just think about that. How crazy is that? That's mad. He could end all the fishmen in like an instant.
Wow. What surprise, Jordan's...
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, so if we're going to move on to any criticism, what would be your one big criticism?
You're better at Chris than me.
Yeah, we just did one.
I feel like my major one would be maybe I feel like it's a bit too censored. Like, there have been deaths, but
so if we exclude the death, I'm gonna just put one out there. Akainu. He's like look,
I agree with
character, they made a really good character out of him, but I hate him. I hate him.
I hate him.
But then that just, I think everyone hates Akainu, but that just proves how well he's written and how good of a character he is, because that's his purpose.
No,
his purpose is to be the character that everyone hates.
It's the irony of the Navy, who's meant to be technically the good guy.
Yeah.
But
and he's just like the evil. Like he's just evil. Yeah. He's extreme.
I mean, the guy screwed up his own Marines before, so just saying that.
Yeah.
And I like him a lot, but Pell should have died.
That is exactly what I was going to say. That bit infuriated me.
The one character.
Such a good death.
Character,
that was the thing.
It was such a good death.
Yeah.
The one character that's still alive that still confuses me. It's more recent. But do you remember Big Mum's husband?
What, Chiffon?
I know you.
Yeah, Chiffon's dad. How that man is still alive, he's still alive is...
Spoilers.
I'll believe it, yeah, but it just don't make no sense.
I mean, it's not...
I'm joking. But yeah. Okay, I mean, one special shout out is get the Ace novel. It's out right now.
Yes. Single-handedly made me cry.
Ace is my favourite character in that series, and I'm just honestly just read the novel and all that.
We need to do a group.
Jordan got the complete brunt of my reaction to that.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire.
I would say one thing: please avoid YouTube for One Piece because you're gonna get spoiled so hard.
You watch one video, you get recommended stuff for like 400 episodes in advance.
I think so. When me and Jordan were watching originally, it was like they just finished Marineford, so it was literally just around it, but they literally
it was like Fishman.
Yeah, like New World was literally where we literally caught up. But man, that was a mad summer. But okay, so I'm gonna move on to so Lou, what's your second favorite anime?
Alright, so mine is One Piece as well.
So we don't.
But I think all I was going to say is that I think all I was going to say about One Piece is that I think One Piece is going to end up being my favourite, but because it's still ongoing, and my favourite currently has finished. I know the ending, whereas One Piece is still ongoing.
Forever.
All right,
Yes.
give us your favorite character. So I'll let you something.
Oh, see, this is where my
Okay, do you want me to move
indecisiveness
on
comes
from
into it.
it?
No, I think favorite characters, like I could just rattle off a few. So obviously the whole crew. So I'm gonna say ones that aren't in the crew because
Mhm.
everyone's favorite. Everyone should love the crew.
Mhm.
So I think Sabo.
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
Sabo.
Literally fire.
Oh my god! I didn't
Yeah.
put my top 5. I'm so dumb. That's what I was forgetting. Anyway, sorry, guys.
Doflamingo.
Yeah.
Too late now.
I think along with Jordan, like I think Aizen is one of the best villains, but I think Doflamingo isn't. For me, I don't think he's that far behind. I think they're very similar. Like
Yeah,
he is a genius.
I still think there's a margin there, but that's my opinion on Aizen more than
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do think
I think
Doflamingo is in the
yeah.
top 5. He's
on a
my
whole nother
favourite
level.
villain in One Piece.
But,
I think he's the best villain in that.
Mhm.
Well, other than Akainu, but I think Doflamingo is the best villain.
Mhm.
And then I like Marco, but I've not seen enough. I'm hoping
more Marco.
we see
Pineapple.
more in the future.
Yeah, Mr. Pineapple.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's
I know I'm missing people as well, so it's gonna
that's
hurt.
fine.
After.
I mean, we need a few for that, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, Jordan, I'll give you your little lore segment if you want.
I
Yeah,
don't know
Law
if
is
I'm ready
great.
for this. I'm not ready for Luca to hate on me. But no. Trafalgar Law, I love him very much. I think his Devil Fruit is my favourite by a margin. I think it's so creative. I think it's just sick the way he uses it. Like, I think he deserves more love for one. In terms, not like the community do love him. And I'm not saying that, but like in the series a little bit. Like everyone, if anyone watches it, they know what bit I'm talking about in Dressrosa.
Straw Hat.
Yeah, like he needed his moment there.
Oh yeah, I know the bit about now.
Yeah. Like I think he should have beat the bad
His
guy.
boy.
Yeah. I think that should have been his moment. Like,
Yeah.
even if he had died in that fight, I feel like that would have been the perfect conclusion to his story. Anyway, sorry, I'm tangenting off.
No,
Yeah,
that's fine, that's
he's my favorite. He's my favorite character. I think he's got a sick power. I love his personality. I think he's hilarious. I just find the way he's always serious. I love his crew, even though we don't see a lot of them, but like Bebo and stuff. I wish we saw more of his crew. And I'm hoping he does something mad in Wano.
You know, I'm gonna give one shout out to Law about. I love his relationship with Luffy. Honestly,
I love it.
It's like the most hilarious thing you'll ever see.
Yeah,
like
I really
Law's a bit of like he's like a bit of a tsundere around Luffy.
He
acts like he doesn't like him, but he does like him.
But he does, yeah.
Just a couple of things I was going to say about One Piece. I think that like it might be the best story or manga or anime that I've seen.
Yeah.
Where you actually see the personality of the characters. Like every character has their own personality. You know, like Luca might not get this, but Zoro has a certain characteristic that he missed. Which is ironic because he goes missing.
Wait. Any mention?
How long did it take you to catch up? How long did it take you to catch up?
All right.
So
we're gonna break that up.
But Luca, I understand the characters. Do you?
I can give context.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on from that.
Luca didn't realize Zoro didn't have a bad sense of direction till chapter 400, and Luke took about 5 years to catch up.
All right, so we're gonna leave that bit at that. Okay.
Wait, sorry. Hey, I'm just gonna say as well.
Yeah.
My number one was One Piece. And I just want to say that the reason why it was number one for me, and not Bleach, which I love a lot, is the world building and the world of it is just my favorite. Like each island they go to, the politics there, the characters there that have such good backstories that you just hope that they're always gonna be there, but they disappear. But then when they come back, it's like incredible.
It's a completely different kind of series. Like it's more an epic fantasy.
It really does feel like a big adventure.
A set story.
Yeah, this is it.
I'm gonna say this now.
That's all I'd say.
This now. If you want a leader or a captain, the best captain, hands down, Luffy. Honestly,
Luffy, man.
The guy would go to the end of Earth just to say. Honestly, he'd do anything.
Man's changed countries, man.
Anyway, the man doesn't want to even be credited whenever he saves.
No,
he's like
when he saves an island, he's just like, cool. Like, just give me food. Can we have a banquet? And then
big up the hat, boys. We big up the hat.
All I was gonna say is I think one of my favorite, one of the best moments or favorite moments for me is in Punk Hazard when Law and Luffy
the Law
joined the Alliance.
The Alliance. Oh,
The Law speech is
might be one of my
amazing.
I think,
But also the bit where like as soon as he joins it, and it's just like it's not even like there's any breaking in point. He's just like he's in the crew, and like Chopper's he's already like carrying Chopper on his head like as like an extension to his hat. Like
that was amazing.
Yeah, like
the sword.
Yeah, like you could see all of like the errors that he feels like he's just made on his face by doing this. I think it's just so good, so good.
Oh yeah.
All right,
That's
so
fair.
I'm gonna wrap up One Piece there. Okay. So
the dinosaurs as well.
Yeah, no.
Dinosaurs. Dinosaur stand.
Sword goes bro. Alright, moving on. Okay,
Yep. Okay, so I've done my number 1.
Yeah, okay, so I need to do my number 2, so...
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah,
my number 2
number
is
one
going to be Cardcaptor Sakura. So in
Yep.
the UK, we had the series known as Cardcaptors, which is basically the dub version, which basically had half of it cut out, and it's a 90s. It's like it came out in like 97, 98, or around that time. It's an amazing series. Like, I was really obsessed with it in terms of when we went out. So me, Jordan, and Lou, we went out to Japan, but we'll have a story for that on another podcast. Yeah. I mean, just go. So there's this Cardcaptor museum, and I splurged out like almost 300 quid just in that museum. I didn't even plan on
Man went in.
I went in.
Man was like, I will not eat for 2 weeks.
Like,
as long as I can get my Cardcaptor
but
shit.
I have got figurines up there, and I have like a little shrine. Like, Jordan has a shrine for Bleach. I have one for Sakura.
Sakura, yeah.
She for me is like best girl, but like she's like in a protect tier if we're ever doing a tier list.
Tier list, yeah. Not protect.
But in terms of
protect.
But in terms of the Japanese version is so different from the English version in terms of the themes. It was way ahead of its time in terms of stereotypes. Yeah. So it had a lot of themes where it's like like your sexuality and all that. It actually went across those borders. Like it didn't. Like a lot of times anime back in the days, they would be like censoring a lot of that stuff. But this show they didn't care. They would be like expressing what they need to. But one thing I love about it is it might be a shoujo, but it has a lot of shonen elements to it in terms of the combat. I mean that like the character developments I just love. I mean for me, Sakura and Sharon, they're probably like one of my favorite couples if you had one for a
ship. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the ship has sailed to be fair, but I mean
the ship has sailed.
I mean I'll move on to favorite character. It probably has to be Sakura, but I do love Sharon as well. I mean, they complement each other. They were like, it's funny though, because the way they started off was they were rivals, but then obviously they grew to be, they grew to like each other and all that. So that was a really cool moment. I mean, favorite moment. Oh, that's a hard one. I mean, I think when he confessed to her, that was quite a big moment. But I mean, that's a bit later down the line. I'm not gonna go too much deep into that, but they have different variations in the manga version and the anime version, but I love both the versions either way.
Well, they both nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, if I had a criticism, I think at first I didn't like. I don't know. It's really hard to say criticism. I mean, you know what? The time span of how long I had to wait for the series to come back. I think
because
it's kind of like
that's how Jordan feels about Bleach.
Yeah, it's kind of like Bleach, but with Cardcaptors, I had to wait longer than.
Why the hell did you end it?
Cardcaptor finished, I think in 2000 or like early 2000, 1999. So it was a while for that, but but that series I really recommend it if you're gonna if you want to try a shoujo series, go for that. I mean the manga's still carrying on, but the only issue with the manga is it's like a monthly chapter at the moment. But but I definitely recommend it for anyone. I mean it's quite big in Japan as well in terms of like female characters and all that. But I mean we're gonna finally get to everyone's top one.
Top one.
I think we've all got different ones as well, so this is going to be interesting.
We do.
But
I already done mine, but
okay, you know what, Jordan? I'll give you one question for your one. What was your favorite?
Okay.
Favorite.
My favorite one, sir? Arc.
Give me that one at least for One Piece.
I think 1.0 might be up there depending on how they finish it. Because that really depends. Because so far it's already been like 10 out of 10 for me. But my favorite completed arc. I like Dressrosa a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
CP9 or Dressrosa for me. I'm gonna go with Dressrosa, just because like I've reread that a lot now, and it's like there's a hell of a lot of sick characters that get introduced. Law gets his backstory, which obviously like I'm a bit of a stan, so like you get a lot of Law love. Yeah, the Fujitora, Bartolomeo,
Sabo.
Sabo. See, there's just so many good moments in it, you know. Like the anime, I would say like the anime did it justice in certain bits, but they stretched it out too long. Like it should never have been that long. That's when
4 episodes of them running.
So yeah, no, for me
That's why it took me 5 years.
Opinion, when I read it, I think that's that was my favorite consistent arc. Like all the way through, I just loved it.
I'm gonna have to give a shout out to Marineford. It was,
of course,
Marineford. That is like one of my favorite arcs of One Piece. Just for the hype around looking at the characters from the New World, honestly.
So your Jordan and you've both said your best entrances, like for a character, but Luffy's one in Marineford has to be like.
I will give that that is up there for me. That is
the fact that the way that he's done it, where he's lower than the admirals and they're looking down on him.
You're talking about that bit. Okay,
that bit is just.
I wanna go on record and say that like that is my favorite entrance of all time. Like before, I said about Ichigo was like one of my favorites. Like that one is my favorite of all time. the quotes from
that's such a great entrance.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Amazing.
All right, so I'm gonna move on to Luca. What is your favorite anime?
Bakugo.
All right.
I didn't realize Bakugo was an anime, but yes.
It might as well be for Luca.
I'm so ready for this segment. I'm so ready for this.
So I've got quite a lot to say. Whereas the other two were quite close, my number one is very clear. My favourite is My Hero Academia. This was the third series I watched after I finished Full Metal Alchemist.
Great series.
And after I had finished my assignment as well, so I watched this a bit more.
He finally finished that assignment. He finally finished it.
I still got a 2-1, so it's all good.
Just in case anyone was worrying whether he's still doing it. No, he's completed it.
He didn't throw his whole uni away.
So yeah, I was a bit more patient with this one, and I digested it, I think, a bit better than I did Full Metal.
Right, so give me your favorite character.
I mean, this is
okay. My favorite character is Bakugo by a distance, and it's not just favorite character. My hero, like of all the series I've watched, Bakugo is hands down my favorite character of all time. I think it was mainly because this was the first character I kind of saw parts of myself in, I guess. Because remember, my first series, or 2 series, were Attack on Titan, which was very dark. And then Full Metal, which was also quite dark at points as well. So this was the first time I think a more real world character had been shown to me. And no, it's not because I have anger issues. Although I can,
or that you hate everyone.
Disclaimer: Luca is a bit of a short person, so.
He doesn't have your man syndrome.
I do have a bit of a potty mouth, but it was more to do with the fact that I related to him in the sense that he puts a lot of pressure on himself. But he keeps a very sturdy exterior, and so the scene at which I'd say I fell in love with him would be that first time where Deku confronted him after the exam, where he lost to Deku, and rewatching could see him crying, but Deku couldn't, and that struck a chord in me. This guy is completely misunderstood, and then his development from there. His development from there has been insane.
My hero's character development is in general just amazing.
Yeah, no matter what series I watch after this, like me and him are bonded at this point. There is
You are blood brothers at this point.
there is no topping this
There
man.
might be more than that.
Yeah. You do love him to like a heart.
I mean, this is where we need to go. This
I
is
don't
going
blame
to Dojin territory here, but we
Dojin territory.
Okay, I mean, okay. So give me your favorite Bakugo moment. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so oh my god, that's tough. Right, okay.
I'm broken the man. Sorry.
You hear his mind working.
Luca, if you spoil it, honest to God, will hurt you.
I'm not going to spoil that because I know.
Let's change up pre manga. Let's just go stick with anime.
Okay, so my favorite Bakugo moment in that case is his dub on over Deku at the end of season 3. Best fight.
Okay. When the game that angers out, like
when they're confronting each other's emotions, and it gets revealed that Deku admires Bakugo for his strength, and Bakugo admires Deku for his heart.
Yeah.
Super emotional fight.
Yeah, I mean Bakugo, like he blames himself for a certain incident that took place prior to their little fight there, but yeah.
And like again, that's something I related to because it's like you keep that bottled up and you can't get
over it.
You try to get over it yourself, So,
also, Bone's done a superb job on that fight. That was like they got the emotions and the animation for the fight itself like spot on in every department.
When that smoke cleared after his final explosion and you saw him have Deku pinned down. I screamed.
He was swearing at everything.
On a side note, can we just call him King Explosion Murder? Honestly,
King Explosion Murder, yeah.
He should get that name.
That might have to be my new Twitter name.
Yep.
No, but I'm gonna say this: out of all the UA students, I think he's the most naturally gifted in terms of fighting instincts.
Yeah, definitely.
And this was another thing.
Better than half the heroes out there, honestly.
This was another thing he brought up because he was talking about how he thought he was weak as well. Like he would look at Shoto and he would look at Deku and he'd look at them and he'd think, "Wow, in comparison, I'm so weak."
Yeah.
But it's the way he uses his quirk that
he has the best
puts him
understanding
above
of his
everyone.
quirk.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. In terms of his intelligence as well, like he's not just some angry guy.
He's naturally gifted as a fighter.
He's super intelligent.
His instincts are very precise.
Yeah.
Even like I'm at the moment, when Deku and Bakugo fought for the first time in the building. His little movement. The maneuver he does to go behind him. Stuff like that.
That was fire.
That stuff there. But sorry, Luca, go on.
I was going to say, like, watching it back, like, you watch season 1 and, it's easy to understand why a lot of people would hate him during that season. But for me, as watching it for the first time, remembering that I just watched Attack on Titan, I didn't like Deku at the start, like, at all. I didn't really know what a crybaby character was until I met Deku. Like I had seen Eren cry a lot, but like to me that was justified.
Because the poor guy lost his mom. In that moment,
he lost everyone.
Deku crying just irritated me. So from the very get go, I was like, yeah, Bakugo's my guy.
You backed Wooly, to be fair.
I did. But in terms of like in terms of the series itself, I think the reason why I just like the series overall so much is because the superhero school concept is like really cool to me. Like it's been done before by that Disney shit.
Sky High, the anime, you mean?
And you can kind of compare it.
X-Men.
You can kind of compare it to Teen Titans as well, but it's not Teen Titans at all. Although like Tokoyami is basically Raven, which is really sick.
Damn right, you can put some respect on his name.
Mr. Edgelord.
So I think I just really like the concept. It's like my favorite concept of any series. Like, if I could pick a concept, it'd be like a superhero school. Like,
everything just fell into place for you when
me personally, it was tailor made for me. Like,
Yeah.
And it is getting better and better. Like I said all the podcasts, like last 2 arcs in the manga. If anyone looking forward to the new series, be hyped because 10 out of 10 arcs.
I want to get this out. Any of you Twitter haters, honestly, out there, give the anime a chance. I'm not going to go too much into this, but give the anime a chance for, like, especially the latest.
There's too much hate on it. Honestly.
The latest 2 arcs in the manga is like the best thing ever. The thing is, the one thing My Hero's always done is they managed to top previous arcs every time, and it's been getting
every time somehow.
They managed to do it really well. It's not even like it's going up and down. It's just been going up for me. But no, it makes sense.
And like, even though you had that school festival arc, like the Endeavour fight at the end of season 4 was like perfection. Like perfection.
I think you need a like that school festival arc is very short. I don't know why people complain, but I think you need stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be realistic. The students,
arc as well.
They are students. End of the day, they can't be like flight,
exactly.
You know, like they're
not official heroes yet. They're just
they're not. They're only provisional heroes at this point.
No, yeah.
That's what it is.
In terms of like my criticisms for the series, I don't have many. Again, similar to One Piece. So far, it's been quite censored. You know, not a lot of repercussions. But again, that's going to change.
Still early
though. Change in the anime.
I feel like you got know something and I don't.
Yeah. So the main one. So my main criticism
just clicked in my head. So dumb.
Is actually with a character, and it's Uraraka. Actually, because I really liked it at the start.
Not Todoroki.
I thought. No.
We are not opening that can of worms. I'm going to tell you that.
This is serious. This is not paid. This is serious. I really liked her at the start. Like, I thought she was a good character.
Oh, I know.
And during her fight with Bakugo, like she seemed like she was going to be independent. But ever since then, she's kind of just like behaved like Deku's side piece, and I really don't like that.
Become a bit like Sakura. Pointless.
Yeah, I really dislike that.
I couldn't even do that right.
Me and Jordan, we saw a theory on Twitter recently.
Yeah, I should find that guy.
She's not. She's not.
That she could be a traitor, and honestly,
that would do wonders.
I wouldn't mind it because.
That is going to be a separate video where we're going to go in depth.
Definitely, yeah.
We'll go into detail on that. And if she was, I wouldn't mind it.
It'd be good for her character.
Yeah, it would be good for her character.
Yeah, but I do still ship her with Deku, but
of course. But it's like I want to see her.
It'd be better if she just murdered people instead. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, there's no problem with the ship. It's just like you say, like. It didn't seem like she was just going to be like the I don't know how to put, like, typical heroine.
All generic.
But now, and now she's kind of slowly, not straight away, but she's slowly kind of slid into that role, and it's kind of like
it's disappointing.
Like, she should have more moments, really.
I think the potential she showed.
Yeah. I was going to say a quick underrated character who doesn't get a lot of screen time because he's in Class 1B, but it's definitely Tetsu.
Yeah, Tetsu.
The Harding still, he's such a great character.
Basically, Kirishima's.
I love Mudman, but sorry.
Like him and Kirishima are just so good.
They're like, in terms of like quirks, they're like the ultimate bromance.
Kirishima, my second favourite. Was my favourite for a long time.
I'm trying to say I can not spoil it, but obviously in the 1A, 1B arc, that third match is just
in the manga,
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
not as good as Bakugo's, but it's very good.
Also, the stuff that happens with Deku is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Deku's one is,
But yeah,
I shit on Deku at the start, but like I will say that since the first season, he has like. He's developed into it. His
development's been brilliant.
Like, ultimately, this series is about how Deku became the greatest hero. He did
the number one.
Yeah, the number one hero. Like,
I'm not gonna go. I'm not going to go into depth because I know we spoke about it for too long anyway.
Yeah.
But one of the best things I think they've ever done, and why I think Horikoshi is going to go down as one of the best like character development artists, is the fact that he didn't just do Deku; he done the main villain as well.
Exactly.
He starts off.
Exactly.
I'm number one on day one, Shigaraki-san. I want to say this.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not going to spoil it too much.
But what I mean is that when he started off, he was like almost just a hooligan. It seemed like
Yeah,
he was
it
like,
seems like he's like an
and
average
it
villain.
grows into this like brilliant villain.
He's grown
yeah.
so much since that
Just as
first
much
arc.
as, like just as much as Deku has grown into like the hero he is now.
Oh, he's grown into the best villain of all
which I
time.
think's amazing.
I'm just going to say this out there for any of you Twitter haters.
We go again.
No. His I'm sorry, but I just hate the Twitter for that.
Yeah,
honestly.
some of his opinions on Twitter.
But yeah, no, his background story is really deep. Like honestly,
Really sad.
Like,
Yeah,
very
really
sad.
sad,
But like, he has one of the best character developments for a villain I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why he's the only one who I've seen actually, like who I've enjoyed
Yeah.
watching as much as Aizen. And that's saying something because I never thought I'd see anyone on that
You
level.
rarely get villains getting character developments.
As long as I don't
It's
F him up at the end.
Dojingo is the only one that I can say has like an emotional backstory as well.
yeah.
Mhm. No, yeah.
Alright, so sorry, I'm gonna wrap up
Yeah.
my hero. So alright.
Yes.
Just like
sorry,
everyone in
sorry,
One
yeah.
Piece.
Alright, so Lou, what is your favorite anime?
So I'm gonna say my favorite is Bleach because I think Bleach is my favorite because I know the ending. One Piece I don't. Even Attack on Titan I don't know the ending.
Yeah.
But
we've alluded to
Bleach
that.
was I was just gonna say that Bleach when I was at uni, Jordan was going on about this anime
Yeah.
for ages.
I still remember that night where I came home drunk and I was just showing you random AMVs and shit of Bleach.
Yeah, he was just he came in drunk.
I was drunk.
I was blissfully unaware. Next thing I know, YouTube is on, and he's showing me all this Bleach stuff, and I'm like, do you know what?
Like,
This is literally his life. So I was like, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna watch it. I
that
remember.
was definitely a pity.
I hope I don't say this, but I watched Soul Sight arc when I was at work. Alright,
Yeah.
work did not get done that day. I just watched it. Alright,
Yeah.
alright. It was just so
Such
that
a
Soul
good
Sight
arc.
arc
Such a
just
brilliant
gripped like it just.
After
After that, I was like, I need to watch the rest of it. After that, I was like, I don't like. I knew that even Jordan told me he was like, I understand if you don't like it because it gets a lot of backlash. But even watching it, I was like, I don't understand like how the backlash is so
like harsh shit. Like
centered to that when other animes are doing the same thing.
thing. Yeah,
And
no,
it's
definitely. Yeah.
I don't get it, but yeah, that whole story I really I love. I think it's great. My favorite character is Byakuya, but shout outs to
Same.
but shout outs to underrated characters. Mayuri has one of my favorite fights in the whole series.
Incredible.
Has two of the best fights in the whole series.
Nutcase, but he's amazing.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's no, but it's I'm surprised because it's a Jordan character. Like
No,
he's
I love
nuts.
Yeah,
Jordan loves the nuts characters,
Oh, no,
Juzo,
don't get me
everything
wrong.
like that.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Uruhara as well.
Juzo.
I think all of the captains are great. Unohana has an amazing character story.
Unohana, oh my god.
Absolute- one of the biggest surprises. One of the biggest surprises ever. And that's
that was the most
Before I say
unexpected
anything
thing with her.
I'm so excited for Luca to read it, but I'm also terrified.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
also so
but
scared.
yeah, we'll move on to Emon, so Emon can get his number one out of the way.
Yeah.
Alright, I mean, this will be the final bit. So, okay, so number one, Dragon Ball, and I have to rep the shirt here.
Repping.
He turned his light on just for you to see that.
Yeah. For me, this is literally the king of anime, where it just started off. I feel like a lot of inspiration for the big three was from Dragon Ball, especially Akira Toriyama had a big influence on each of them. The Bleach one, the story with him and was it with Kubo? That was
Kubo, that was
Kubo was at a point where he's about to give up. After his is it zombie
powder. Yeah.
Zombie.
After that,
Yeah.
It wasn't. But like he got a letter from Akira Toriyama saying that he actually loves. So basically, the Bleach panels he read, he said he loved it. Just stick with
He
it.
loved
Essentially.
it. Stick with it and keep going with it.
The thing is, with Dragon Ball, they've done crossovers with they've done it with obviously with One Piece. They actually had a special episode for that.
Episode, yeah.
I've seen like
What?
they've done like special manga panels with the other big three as well, but like
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the father. It's kind of like the father figure kind of thing.
Definitely.
But like, yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball also is probably one of the most popular series in terms of the Western world. Acknowledging
Yeah,
anime was that and
yeah.
Pokemon and all that, but I feel like Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
even like the demographic, even if you ask like a lot of females as well, they will know what Dragon Ball
Yeah,
is.
everyone knows
Everyone
like
knows what Dragon Balls is.
some
You know?
so
Like,
what Dragon Ball is. Yeah.
yeah.
To be fair,
I
I was gonna say it's actually crazy because like talking about that,
Mm.
My Hero,
Mm-hmm.
I see people that don't like watch anime,
Mm.
but I know
Yeah.
them and they've got like My Hero merch and they watch My Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was big in the
And
West
these are
as
people-
well. Some anime just
Yeah.
I
like,
think
Like
anime as a whole is becoming more accepted in society.
accepted,
you know?
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely,
But like
definitely.
you know, like being OGs back in the day, you know, being the
Like,
next day.
yeah.
But yeah.
struggles.
But like Dragon Ball, like there's something to say about it, but like I think the biggest thing is obviously the fighting. That is what it is in a nutshell. I know it gets a lot of memes
And they
about
have the greatest character ever in Yamcha.
Yamcha is probably one of the biggest memes in that series.
That's a
And
criticism.
There's
Yeah.
there's good reasons for it.
I
and
need to
don't really
read.
care
I
about
need
it.
to read the manga
I'm-
where Yamcha is like
The
the
hero-
strongest character.
Yeah, so they have a
I
spin-off.
need to read
they have
that.
a spin-off of that. I've read it and it's
I
interesting.
need to read it.
It's a fun
Yeah.
read.
Yeah, but like Dragon Ball, like even though it gets a lot of memes about like an episode, like let's say like even like the 5-minute Freezer fight.
Next
takes
time.
Oh, of
18
course.
episodes.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
love that, all that shit. That build up, like the whole. You know what? I know power levels got like thrown off like later down the line, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole development with Goku, with like even like the whole simple martial arts, to eventually using your key energy, you know,
Energy. Yeah.
When he became Super Saiyan for the first time, that was like
It was crazy.
that was such a deep moment.
Iconic upon iconic, that
was
one.
iconic. That, but
Yeah.
like but in terms of like my favorite Super Saiyan transformation, it has to go to Vegeta.
Vegeta.
When
Yeah.
you saw him come in,
Nothing else goes to him.
yeah, like I feel sorry for the Vegeta. He gets done by a lot. This is the one.
Yeah,
this-
he's
I'm gonna get
he's
my criticism
like
out
the
there.
best character.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is like my favorite character of any anime.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, Vegeta gets done by a lot by Akira Toriyama. He always has like moments where he's like doing really well, like even like
Well,
strong
and then they
Goku
just-
gets cucked. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he just gets ruined. It's like, no, we can't let you have this. It's got to go back to
but
Goku.
like I can tell you now, the one thing like especially like with a lot of like when you're younger, like everyone you can't tell me people haven't tried to go Super Saiyan or even tried to do a Kamehameha. You know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah,
like,
definitely. I was doing it as a kid.
you
I was
know
doing
what
it as
I
a
mean?
kid.
Even as an adult, you know, why not? But yeah,
Yeah. No, yeah.
yeah, no, but like that had like so many iconic. I mean, Frieza's like one of the most iconic villains.
Villains, yeah.
But,
yeah,
but my favorite arc,
Him and Cell.
Cell, yeah,
Cell.
the Android saga, that was my favorite one. Just for like the whole, you know, like obviously everyone got their Super Saiyan form. Even Gohan, Teen Gohan was probably my favorite Gohan.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he went Super
Let's
Saiyan
not go
2,
there, please.
I'm not gonna. Don't worry.
Please.
Looks like this man's speaking facts.
But
No, yeah.
you know, my guy Vegeta when he went Super Vegeta the first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just when
My-
he used that final flash against Cell. Sorry.
Final
that
Flash
was
was good.
that
Yeah.
was a bang.
That's one of the sickest moves ever, man. Oh my
I
god.
think my favorite Vegeta is Margin Vegeta though.
Yeah, I was gonna move on to Margin Vegeta.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
sick looking one, definitely.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, he's just raw.
Like in terms of like favorite fights, Margin Vegeta vs Goku has to be up there for me. Just for
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
where Vegeta's character development really shone. In terms
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
he basically decided to let Barbati become evil again, so he could unlock his evil heart and pride. So he could basically take on Goku. I mean, they're pretty much on equal. They're on equal footing in terms of when they're both Super Saiyan 2s. But like, Vegeta. Do you know what's fun fact? Goku has never actually beaten Vegeta, like as a whole fight.
Right, yeah. They've actually took a
Yeah, I mean, like he's won rounds, like in terms of like when he did the Kamehameha Gallic Gun Beam Clash, but Vegeta
Yeah.
still was, when he went Uzaru, the Great Ape, he still took down Goku. It took more
That's
time to take him down, but like moving back. But when Vegeta, the first time when you saw him interacting with Trunks, saying "Take care of your mum," so his wife's Bulma.
Yeah.
And when he used that final explosion, that hit hard. I know in Dragon Ball, death doesn't mean much because obviously everyone gets revived.
Oh, that one, yeah, that was a bit different.
that has to be like one of my favorite anime moments, just for Vegeta alone. For that, he has
Also-
one of the best character developments. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Also, I was just going to quickly say, similar to that is two of the other moments is when with Cell and Trunks.
Yes, I know which
When
bit,
Cell
yeah.
comes back
Mm.
and he fires the beam off at Trunks,
Yeah, Trunks pretty
and
much dead.
Vegeta loses it.
Yeah,
And then the other one is later on in Battle of the Gods
yeah,
when
Bulma.
Beerus slaps Bulma.
yeah.
That bit,
Honestly, yeah, that bit.
yeah, like when
That
Vegeta wants to go
Wow.
nuts and just rages,
Mm.
like that's like some of the cool, like the best bits of Dragon Ball. Like
Another
Yeah.
another thing with Dragon Ball is I love the fusions. Fusions were amazing.
Fusions
You
was
go
such
Gotenks,
a
Yeah.
you go Gogeta, you go Vegeta.
Hit me with more Gotenks, man. That's like,
I know.
like
Jordan
it's
loves his
coming out.
Gotenks.
underrated.
yeah, man.
But
I wish he.
Needs more.
the concept
Oh,
of
yeah.
fusion was amazing. It was like, whoa, what the hell? They actually became one of the
Yeah.
strongest things. But
When-
They can merge.
but
When
you
I was
know
a
what?
kid, like the
But I'm
Yeah.
going to quickly give you a quick shout out to one of my favorite arcs in Dragon Ball Super. It has to be the Future Trunks arc.
that was a
with
good
the whole
callback.
thing with Goku
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah.
That was
Back,
really good.
yeah.
I did like Tournament Power, but that Goku Black arc was just that was raw. that was
Yeah. Yeah. That was
Trunks,
wrong.
Trunks,
That was,
Trunks
I felt so sorry.
Trunks
for
has probably. I know you said Vegeta.
Yeah.
Vegeta and Trunks probably have the best two stories.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like Future Trunks is
Future
He's
Trunks was
seen
just made-
unbelievable stuff. Like
Yeah,
No, yeah.
I mean,
Agreed.
crazy.
you know what? It's kind of similar because Trunks lost everything. Vegeta's pretty much lost his whole pretty much
Oh, his
insane
whole
army.
family.
Yeah, he's lost
Yeah.
the whole crew. You know, like
The whole crew.
yeah. I mean, it is that meme where like Vegeta's Prince of No One.
Oh no.
But it's kind of like that's a bit hot.
Vegeta,
But, yeah,
Prince of No One.
yeah, that was a bit savage by Frieza, but yeah, I'm gonna.
That was.
Yeah. When they you know the whole thing with the whole fight with Jiren, that was another interesting one. Jiren's design I don't like too much, but in terms of the concept of being such an overpowered character, I did like how how
Yeah,
it was.
I think I'm one of the only people, like based on Twitter and everything, that I actually likes Jiren. Like that was like my least biggest trope with the Tournament of Power.
Yeah,
Like everyone said, like, "Oh, Jiren being the villain." I'm like, no, I thought Jiren was sick. You know.
you know,
kind of thing.
I'm gonna give a
And
shout
I
out.
think, like, yeah,
Hang on,
Scott.
but yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Hit as well.
Hit. Oh yeah,
It's a great
Hit's one of the
character.
coolest characters they've introduced.
His
One
like
of the more-
time stopping or whatever, like time leap ability.
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
such a cool concept. But yeah, I mean, wrapping it up. So I think
Yep.
when they finished off the Boo arc, like that ending with the Spirit Bomb, that's another, that moment. Like,
What about Oob though?
that?
Oh,
Oob,
big
big
up.
up Oob, but that's on hold until we
That's on hold.
Yeah, that's on hold because because obviously Dragon Ball Super takes place between
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo and that. But yeah,
Do you think they're ever gonna go back to that?
well,
I just think it's end it there again, so we'll never see him
but,
anyway.
like, they're like so yeah. I mean, so Super takes place 5 years after
It's
the Boo, so they can still do
Boo.
a lot in that little period. The only thing, okay, you know what? One of my criticism for Super is that why is Trunks and Goten still the same? Like, it's been 5 years, man.
is,
But yeah,
how have they
those
not grown
are
up?
Like,
true.
How have they not grown up?
Because technically
Yeah,
they
yeah.
should be teens at this point, but
Point, yeah.
Yeah,
That's one
they
thing
should be GT. They
GT
should be
got
GT
right.
age.
GT got their like teen
yeah,
versions
GT
right.
is like another. GT
The whole new
of hell,
form.
but like the one thing, I mean, I did talk with Jordan about this earlier on, but like with GT,
Yeah, yeah.
I will give Super Saiyan 4 was a cool concept. Anything
I
anything-
still think it's the most unique like transformation in Dragon
Transformation,
Ball.
like I do like Super Saiyan Blue in that, but I think Super Saiyan 4 just looks
Yeah, man,
it's
it just
more
looks so good. It was actually
Kaioken Blue is
like
Mhm.
Yeah,
ridiculously
but-
cool.
right. Like I'm not hating on it nothing. I like Blue and I like
Yeah,
the original.
right,
But
yeah.
like at the end of the day,
You've
all
seen
it
it.
was
You've
like
seen
it
colours,
was
like-
it's just like you're going through different colors. Whereas
Colours,
4
yeah.
was like he went back to the ape form, like embodied it.
That's
and
what it
how-
is.
Yeah,
That's what
It was
Yeah,
it was so much
true.
more unique in my opinion. I think they should have made
yeah,
it
it
that,
definitely is.
in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I did
But-
also like the whole Omega Shenron fight as well. I mean, even at Gogeta Super Saiyan 4.
Oh, that was so overpowered. He was so dumb.
He was so broken. Like he's taking the piss out of Omega Shenron, who's meant to be like the strongest villain of the whole series.
Oh.
But yeah, when they wrapped up that series with like the Galaxy Spirit Bomb as well. Funny enough, but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those series that it inspired many generations of other artists and all that for like mangakas and all that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's everyone covered, isn't it? For
Yeah.
I was gonna say underrated fight is
I think-
Nail versus Frieza.
Nail versus
Nail and
Frieza,
Piccolo
bro.
versus
You
Frieza.
know what? Yeah, no, that was. You know
That's
what?
underrated.
That was underrated, but I felt sorry for Nail in that fight.
Yeah,
Frieza
definitely.
Frieza was literally the definition of this isn't even my final form. Like,
No, he's just playing with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I mean, it's a series I recommend everyone to watch, no matter what. You know, if you watch anime,
Yeah.
it's one of those. But yeah, I think for now I think we should just leave it at that. And if we're gonna finalize, does anyone have any final words before I finish?
Yes, I believe Luca has disconnected
Hold it.
from the call. I'm putting that out there.
Okay,
Right.
so since Luca's not here,
Technical errors.
technical errors. I didn't realize he's gone because my screen's covered with the agenda. Right?
No, he's still there. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, don't worry.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So alright, so
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. You can't say goodbye, I guess. That's kind of deep.
It's alright, he's not really that important anyway.
That's not. When he watches this back.
Oh no, this is gonna be a recurring theme, lad. So, but yeah, okay. So if I mean, I'm just gonna wrap it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed our podcast. This was the first episode. Next time we're gonna go into more depth about any latest mangas, any episodes we watched throughout the week, and we'll bring out any other topics. We're hoping to bring in. Luca has a segment called like brain aneurysm. Animerism.
Big brain.
Yeah, yeah, big brain. Like it's gonna be his little short segment. We might give Jordan a special segment, but I'm gonna leave that for now. But yeah, yeah. But I mean, I think for a first podcast, this was a good introduction for all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, please.
A lot more debates between us and discussions and stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna. Hopefully, we could expand. We're gonna try to make this a weekly or fortnightly thing, depending on everyone's schedule. But
schedules, yeah, of course.
But we're gonna try our best to get as many, and plus we're gonna try to bring out We're gonna try to bring out as many episode reactions, manga
reactions, reviews. Yeah.
I mean, for now, like top of my head, I know we're definitely gonna be doing My Hero.
Oh, Luca's gone now.
Attack on Titan.
No, definitely. Yeah. Talk about
Titan.
This week's chapters. Although My Hero's on break this week, you know.
Oh, is My Hero on break? Okay, so
yeah, it just got announced. And I was like,
One Piece is off this. No, is it back this week?
One Piece. I just don't know. I think he might. Oh crap! We might have chosen the week where nothing's there.
Okay,
well,
so
no.
we're gonna we'll try
Jujutsu Kaisen though.
Yeah.
We'll give them a Jujutsu Kaisen segment, but yeah. Anyway, so in terms of our socials, please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're gonna also try to upload our podcast on SoundCloud and hopefully Spotify as well. Maybe iTunes, maybe
iTunes if we can get that working. Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, if anyone has anything else left to say.
No, I just wanted to say
thanks for watching or listening.
Yeah, thank you for joining our first podcast. It was a bit all over the place, I think, this episode, but it's been a good chat. Leave your favourites in the comment section down below. Let us know. We could maybe chat about it in the next one if you have any questions you want to bring up or anything like that.
If anyone has any good topic, put it down in the comments below if anyone has a good topic. If you made it this far, I'll be amazed.
Honestly.
If you've not skipped to the end.
But I mean, Luca does say bye, but you know.
Luca says bye in spirit.
I'm back now, hopefully.
Oh, he's back.
He timed it well.
Shit, that's like the best anime entrance ever.
Oh my god, he topped it.
My connection dropped out for a sec.
Oh, no. Alright.
Watch My Hero Academia.
There we go.
Alright.
No, watch Bakugan.
I respect the grind.
Alright, on that note, I'm gonna end the podcast, so thank you very much for watching and goodbye.
Arigatou gozaimasu.